Hey guys, it's Josh Mackins with the Local Business Internet Marketing University bringing you another resource video on should I be marketing on Twitter as a local business. But before we get too far into that, I do want to make you aware of our resource guide. If you're watching this video on YouTube, in the bottom left-hand corner is our resource guide. If you'll click on that, it'll take you to our website where you can enter in your email and we'll send you an email back with every single resource video we have ever done on internet marketing for local businesses. Plus, we'll also send you an email every time we publish a new resource video. That way you're able to stay ahead of your local business competition in internet marketing and you have the leg up on them. So in order to do that, again, if you're watching this video on YouTube, click on the bottom left-hand image of the resource guide. It'll take you to our website where you can enter in your email, or if you're watching this video on our website, you can actually go below the video and enter in your email there. But let's go ahead and get back to, as a local business, should you be using Twitter to market yourself? And the question itself seems kind of complicated, but the answer is very, very simple. And the answer is your target audience actually on Twitter? And that seems maybe a little too simple, but it's really not. If your target audience is on Twitter, then absolutely you should be using Twitter for your local business to gain new clients. Now let's talk about who really is on Twitter. Who's really on Twitter are news agencies, journalists, magazines, online print, those type of people. They're probably not going to really help you so much. You're probably looking for the actual user base, which tends to be more of the millennial generation, the 20s, the 30s, maybe even in the 40s a little bit. So if that's your target audience or those are the type of people you're trying to connect with, then Twitter may actually be a very viable option for you. But you really need to figure out if in your city, in your area, if people are actually using Twitter there. And we actually have a couple of different ways here at the university we can tell if your target audience is on Twitter. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that right now. The first thing you'll have to do is actually sign up for a Twitter profile. Once you sign up for a Twitter profile, we can actually use the search function of Twitter right here to figure out where your target audience lies, if it lies in your city, and if it's a good if Twitter is a good platform for you to use. So let's go ahead and start. I actually live in Nashville, so the first thing I want to do is just type in Nashville into search for Twitter, okay? Go ahead here, click this little magnifier glass, and it's going to drop down all sorts of things about Nashville and all sorts of tweets. And if you don't understand what a tweet really is the same thing as posting on your Facebook wall. You get 140 characters to make a tweet, and it broadcasts it to all of Twitter, to all of your followers. So we're going to look through here, and we're actually going to try to see if people are talking about Nashville, and not if people just are talking about Nashville and enter in your city instead of Nashville, but also if people are having a conversation. We talked a lot about journalists being on Twitter, but a lot of companies are on Twitter as well. We don't really want to have a conversation necessarily with those companies unless they could be a referral partner for you or something like that. They aren't going to be customers for you, but a lot of these companies are talking about their city. A lot of journalists are talking about cities. We want to find people that are interested in having conversations. And a lot of those times, these people aren't putting in links into their tweets. A company will put a link to their website or a link to a video, or a news site will put a link to their article. What we want to find is we want to find real people willing to have a conversation, and normally that means that there aren't links in their tweets. So that's what we're looking for as we go through here. And Nashville is not a really great example. I've already looked a little bit on Nashville just because so many companies are using Twitter to advertise in Nashville, and so many journalists are using Nashville to put out their articles and things like that. But we're going to take a look anyway, okay? So we scroll down through here, and we're looking for real people that are talking. Maybe this guy named Nate Rao. Looks like he put a link in here. He may actually be a real person, but he did put a link in here to a news article. Obviously, Country on Vivo, Scale Trainer, Noise Trade. These are companies. We're not really too interested in those, so we're just going to keep going. We're going to try to find some actual people. Look right here, Amy Heidemann. So much life in Nashville tonight. So it looks like maybe she is someone who lives in Nashville. Maybe our target audience is here. So I want you to go through these tweets, look and see if you can find people that are willing to actually engage. Real people normally have a first name and last name. They have a profile picture as well. And they're really not promoting themselves. So actually, let's just do an exercise real quick. Let's click on Nate Rao. We'll go to his profile, and we'll see if every tweet that he has a link with it. So link, oh no, @ link. Nope, it looks like he actually does some tweets without links, so maybe he would be a good person to follow because it looks like he's interested in having a conversation. So that's one way that you can figure out if your audience is on Twitter. Another way is to actually, when you do the search for Nashville, it by default clicks everything up here for you. If you'll come down here and just click people, it will actually show you all the Twitter profiles that either have Nashville in their name or Nashville in their description or their location. So you can actually go through here and enter in your city, obviously, and see if real people are on here interested in having a conversation. And let's just pick one person out real quick. I'll go to the very, very bottom, and let's find one person real quick. It's a little bit more difficult than I was expecting it to be. And Twitter may actually order these by most followers, so you can find popular people first. The problem with that is the more followers people have, normally you're not finding an average consumer. You're finding a celebrity, or you're finding a page, or from a company or a journalist or something like that, or a news agency. So we want to keep going until we can find an actual person. So it looks like Twitter stopped my search here. Let's check out maybe this person, Shannon Lawson. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to look at her tweets, what they call her timeline, and let's see. Instagram is a photo sharing site, so she's actually sharing real photos. Let's go to her full profile and see if she's using links quite a bit, or no, it looks like she's actually using these things we call hashtags. Don't worry about that too much. But she's not using a lot of links at all. It looks like she's willing to have a conversation, or he. I hope I didn't offend him. It actually looks like a guy. So it looks like that, yes, this guy actually does have a little bit of interaction going. And yeah, he's using a lot of @, which means he's having conversations with people. So he looks like a country music artist, and that's a lot of people in Nashville. But you could actually take this and apply it to your city, and you can see how you can find real people and see if they're actually on Twitter, if your target audience is on Twitter. However, I saved the best for last. One of the most prolific ways to figure out if your target audience is on Twitter is to actually just get on Twitter and get your toes wet a little bit and just go from there. You can do as much research as you want for forever and to the end of time, but really the best way is just to jump in, maybe 5 minutes a day, not a lot of time invested, and for a month, just look and find people on Twitter, see if you can start conversations, see if it's worth your time, and see if you can find your target audience. This will also actually help you learn how to use Twitter. So that would be my encouragement to you is to actually get into the platform, find these people, see if they're willing to have a conversation with you, and make sure you don't advertise to them while you're doing this. Just offer value to them, offer a relationship and conversation, and that's what you need to be doing to figure out if your target audience is on there. So just to recap real quick, the easiest way to figure out if your target audience is on Twitter is to actually just do a search on Twitter, look for people who aren't using links, who are real people and who are willing to have a conversation, actually drill down to a people search on Twitter, and then actually just go ahead and get your feet wet by jumping into Twitter itself. And that's how you can really figure out if your target audience is on Twitter. And if your target audience is on Twitter, you absolutely should be using Twitter to market. And we'll have another video in the future that actually explains a little bit about how you can use Twitter to market and what the best practices are to go about that. But that's a little bit beyond the scope of this video. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure you post those below the video on YouTube or on our website, whichever place you're watching. We have a place for comments, because if you have questions or comments, other people have the exact same questions and comments, and why not be the first one to ask them or to talk about them? So please do that. We love interaction, and we would love to have a conversation with you. Also, remember the resource guide. Make sure that you sign up for that. And also make sure that if you like our free resources, if you like our Google Plus Hangouts, if you like our podcasts, if you like our blog posts, our resource guides, if you like our resource videos, these resource videos, all of these are free. Imagine what our paid resources are like and how valuable those are. That's right. We actually have a paid membership area of the university where local businesses every month are learning for pennies on the dollar how to do their own internet marketing instead of paying local marketing agencies thousands of dollars a month to do it for them. So if you're interested in that, if you're on our website, you can check out our website for more information. If you're on YouTube, you can actually go below to the description, and there's a link to our website on there where you can find out more information about the private membership area of our university. So that's pretty much it for this video. Again, any questions or comments, make sure you post those. And on behalf of the Local Business Internet Marketing University, I'm Joshua Mackins, and until next time.